Hey, we're Rhett and Link.
We run the Rhett and Link and the Good Mythical Morning channel.
Good Mythical Morning is a daily talk show from this locale.
Today we're going to talk about how to stay happy on YouTube.
Assuming that we are happy,
I am.
first of all. What makes us want to make our next video?
I think for us, it's very much, it depends on the channel. So for our main channel, it's very idea driven. That's when we have an idea that we want to make a reality, we immediately begin trying to make it happen.
Right, in our main channel, it's always something different. Like it could be a music video, it could be a sketch, it could be something voiceover driven. It could be really anything. So that's kind of like our playground. So whenever we come up with an idea that we're excited about, I think that's what motivates us to get something out there.
But the Good Mythical Morning channel, honestly, the reason we make the next video is the expectation. I mean, it's been
Right.
set, it's like we have promised you're gonna get this every weekday.
Monday through Friday. It's going to be out there at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So
And it's not the kind of thing that we're like, oh guys, today, hey, sorry. In fact, I don't think this has ever happened. Hey, sorry guys, we didn't get to the video today. We try to create it like this is an expectation. Sometimes there might be a technical problem, but the expectation is that you can rely on this show in the same way that you could rely on a television show. It's going to be there every single day at the same time, sans a technical glitch that we don't have control over.
our two channels are very different between our main channel and Good Mythical Morning. I think they're both expressions of the way that we like to create different things that we like to do. So I think that's kind of the first key to us being happy is that we have a creative outlet to express ourselves in different ways. The main channel is any idea that we want to package in any way, but then the second channel with Good Mythical Morning, it's, hey, we have been friends since first grade. We do have a lot of shared experiences. We do like to have conversations with each other because we are actually friends. So it's this, it just creates an environment where we can have that
Or at
conversation.
least we want them to believe that we're friends.
Yeah, but you saying that kind of undermined it, so I wasn't going to say that.
We are actually friends. But I think our, so the main channel, the creative strength that we're trying to exercise is original ideas, musical ideas, things that people are like, oh, I haven't seen that done before. That's innovative. There's a special sense of humor and creativity there. And then with the second channel, it's very much just trying to create something that you'll enjoy hanging out with us every single day. You're a part of this conversation that we're
Right.
having with each other.
But we designed Good Mythical Morning. We came up with the idea because we were having conversations just between the two of us that it's like, well, why don't we turn this into a show? We're already having the conversation.
Right.
Let's just format it and make it into something. But it was really just a side project that took on a life of its own. We never calculated that. Okay, this show is kind of our version of a vlog. Maybe it could approach the success of some of the most successful vlogs out there. We knew we didn't want to do a vlog. We wouldn't get excited about that. We feel like
Right.
we were just kind of retreading what other people do really well, but we can have unedited conversations really well. And we didn't have really high expectations at the same time. It was something that we liked to do.
Right.
And I think that's a good starting point. If you're going to come up with something that you think people want, but you're not going to want to do it after a couple of weeks, then that's not a good idea for you. I mean, it has to be a good idea for you first, and then a good idea for an audience second.
I think we're inspired when it comes to creativity and like a standard of excellence, Julian Smith. He's a guy that doesn't release a lot of videos, especially last year didn't release much. And being a personal friend of his, we know one of the reasons that he didn't release videos for a while is because he didn't feel like he had videos that he thought were good enough for himself.
He didn't have the artistic gumption at the moment to
Right,
release something.
because his internal standard is so high. And so we really respect that. He's a guy that is much more prone to kind of listen to his own inner creative voice and not necessarily be pressured into things by his fans.
Yeah, and
And we respect that.
there's a lot to what we do that is figuring out the game of YouTube. It's everything around the content, figuring out, okay, how do you title it? How do you thumbnail it? How do you promote it? All of those things that I respect someone like Julian who he focuses so much on creating something that's so good that he actually, I think he makes a decision for the most part, to not concern himself with those things.
Yeah.
So I respect that from a distance. I'm not willing to do that because at the same token, I respect someone like a Tyler Oakley who understands his audience and the way that YouTube works and the way that all the other social platforms work so well that he bends all of it to his will, and he does it in a way that his audience welcomes it. You know, it's not something that he has to apologize for, that I'm going to promote myself in this way. He embraces that, and it works really well. It's like the opposite extreme, and I'm inspired by that too, that he can connect with his audience and unabashedly promote himself because he should, you know?
Right. And you got guys like the Fine Brothers who have somehow figured out over a very long period of time. I mean, they've been doing this for as long or longer than we have, and they figured out a way to have really consistent, high-quality content that continues to grow an audience. And, you know, they work more than we do. We know that from knowing them personally.
They have like this producer mindset, and they develop these concept-driven ideas. And when something works, they double down. If we had unlimited budget to make one video, what would we make? We've had this idea to make a music video where we were flying. Of course, everyone wants to fly. I want to fly. But
the balloons?
The balloon thing, where there's these people who can blow up balloons, kind of like Up, but it's one balloon, and you can fly with a balloon, or like jump really high. It makes you kind of weightless.
And they're like weather balloons. You blow up weather balloons, and then you tie them together, and you can like lift a chair. We want to lift a band and instruments.
It's basically Up
and the camera
with us and without the old guy.
We kind of have everything kind of floating and tethered to the ground. Maybe not.
No.
It would be more interesting if it wasn't tethered. I like that idea and I want to make it happen. But the idea that I really want to make happen, and would if budget was not an issue, is be the first people to make a music video on the moon, because you know someone is going. There will be that. The first person to make a music video on the moon. It'll probably happen in the next 50 years. There's probably some way that we can kind of get to be first in line for that. Have a great concept, but just think about that. Somebody's going to do that.
Well, I'm not going to do it with you. I have no desire to do that. There's no water on the moon. There's no atmosphere.
You bring water, and you stay in like a pod.
Like a Nalgene?
Well, you can have a lot. I mean, it could be any kind of water you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be in a water bottle.
I mean, what are the accommodations? You need to think about the personal comfort.
50 years from now, there will be like some sort of housing. Yeah. It'll be within the housing on the moon. It'll look like a normal suburban interior.
Not in 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you found that helpful in some way. We did our best, and we believe in you. It's up to you now.
We don't know you, but you look like we can trust you.
You can do it. Make us proud and give us a cut.
Click on the annotation for more information about this or that or anything that you want to know about. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
And we invite you to check out our channels. Rhett and Link is a channel.
And then we've got the Good Mythical Morning Daily Talk Show. We actually sit at this desk, this set, every day for you. It's almost exactly like this. If you didn't like this, do not go over there.